Hi, Jim Francis here. I hope that none of this comes off wrong, but I don't want to come across as angry or unappreciative. But right now, things are slipping away. Right now, we have a chance to beat Steve Scalise. Unfortunately, people in the district continue to believe that he's unbeatable, and they don't want to donate, they don't want to waste their money. Okay? I understand that. I totally get that. But you have never seen a year like this. I am deeply immersed in all the polls, the results, everything else that's going on in this district and nationally. And I can tell you from other people and experts as well that Steve Scalise is fighting to cross the 50% mark come November 6th. If we don't seriously fund this campaign, you are re-electing Steve Scalise, because we are not going to see another opportunity like we have right now happen again for a very long time. He will choose when he wants to retire, instead of us choosing when he retires. We need to do this. 1/3 of all my donations comes from across the country. While that might be great, I wish it all came from the district. I only want to represent this district and its values and our future. This is the only reason I'm even running. All I want to do is to start getting a future for the 1st District in Louisiana. Right now, it's insane. Steve Scalise for 10 years has been doing this to us, and we sit back, roll over, and just take it. He's never had a group of candidates like he has right now running against him. I have called thousands of the typical people that you would call to raise funds. Engineers, trial lawyers, many others. While they encourage me to keep running and congratulate me for doing that and thank me for doing that, they don't donate. And I ask them why. And they say, well, you're not going to beat Steve Scalise. And then I have to go through my whole 8-minute spiel of exactly why we're going to beat him this year. We started seeing signs that the numbers are getting better and better and better, and here we are. Here we are, end of September, and we are seeing numbers shoot through the roof. This Kavanaugh hearing and the way the Republicans are handling it, Democrats are more fired up than ever. Democrats are going to come out like it's a presidential year. That means an additional 60,000 votes that we didn't usually see in an off-presidential year, which typically midterms are an off-presidential year. Look at that. Look how many Democrats are going to show up in November. Look how many women are going to come out and vote because of what's going on and how they're sick of being treated. The moderate Republicans who say, this isn't my party, this isn't what I signed up for. We are letting a real chance slip away right now. I need you to donate as much as humanly possible. I am not Bernie Sanders. I can't ask for $15 donations and expect 3 million people across the country to each chip in $15. Be fantastic, wouldn't it? There's over 1,000 races going on right now for federal seats throughout this country. I couldn't break through that static if I tried. And trust me, I have tried. If you've seen my posts in the last few days, you'll know what I'm talking about. This has to be done in the district, by the district, and people who say they want change and put their money where their mouth is. I'm sorry to be impolite and not be the typical nice guy that I am. We are seeing this slip away. I am not going to let that happen. And that's why I am risking upsetting you by talking to you this way. We need change. To make that happen, we need to knock on 60,000 doors. I think we've knocked on about 200 so far. There's only 4 or 5 of us that are able to do it. We can't even knock on 10,000 doors at that rate. Every penny that you donate to me is going to go right into our ground game. It's the #1 thing that every expert and consultant has told me will make that race happen in November, and we will beat Steve Scalise. We have to knock on 60,000 doors. We have to get in front of them. We need to talk to them. We need to let them know that there are candidates running, specifically me, who they can feel safe to vote for. Otherwise, by default, they show up in November and just hit the one with the R next to it. Steve Scalise. If you're one of the people that have thanked me for running, understand that I have given up my normal life. I have completely disrupted my family's life for the last 11 months. I have given up my job. I am doing this full time. I am doing 16-hour days because I believe that this is possible. I've done every single thing that everybody in the district who wanted me to run has asked me to do. I have done that. I am asking now for you to do your part. Support this campaign. There's no way you're going to wake up on November 7th and go, oh, yeah, look at that. Steve Scalise won with 51% of the vote. Understand that the only reason is because we're about $40,000 away of reaching our goal. You can't go back and have a redo. I think we all know that. And I think you know what I'm trying to say. Get some people. Make some calls. Have them donate to this campaign this weekend. I need to bring about 15 professional canvassers down here. I've talked to them. We already have everything in agreement, but they're waiting on the money. We are a $1,000 donation from you away of making this happen. Understand that this has to be done. And I cannot do it without you. If you want change, and you're glad that I am running and trying to do this and devoting my life to it, disrupting my family's life, please follow through and help me. Some of you have donated unbelievably, and thank you so much. But there are so many who have not. Okay? And I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm just trying to convey how incredibly important it is right now to donate. We've got 5 weeks. It's going to take 4 weeks for us to knock on that many doors. We don't have time. If this was June, different story. We've got 3 days left in September, and then it's October. Nothing's going to happen if we don't do this right now. We have to do this. And I am asking you to spread the word, get the donations going. JimFrancisForCongress.com/donate. Please. We've got a chance. I could almost guarantee a runoff with Steve Scalise if we can fund the ground game. I'm not wasting time with newspaper, print ads, or any other of the typical avenues the candidates take. I am doing everything on the ground, face-to-face with the people who I need to get to vote. I know what the numbers are. I know how many we have to achieve. And that means a runoff. We got to make sure Scalise does not get 50% on November 6th. When that happens, and it will if we do this, we have a runoff and we vote again in December. We will have a full month to have the entire nation's attention on us. Funding, professional canvassers from the DNC, come down here, knock on the doors. We can do this. This is not going to be easy. I've never once said that we were going to win on November 6th. I would not insult your intelligence by telling you that. I have been straight up and forward with you since day one. We have to get to a runoff. We can't do it if we don't put the money together and assemble. This is why I'm all for campaign finance reform. Only the very rich people get to run for office. What happens to you and me, the average person who would like to make a change? The community has to come together and say, we're going to do this. We're going to help. We're going to do a real campaign. I don't have the money out of my own pocket to make this happen. I have all the drive. I have all the connections. I have all the commitments. I need you to help. I need you to donate right now, today. Don't even change your webpage. Do it right now. Type it up into your browser if you have to. JimFrancisForCongress.com/donate. I am never going to give up. If I don't receive a single penny for the rest of this campaign, I am not going to stop. But know that on the evening of November 6th, don't be surprised when Steve Scalise wins. I am the candidate that can actually get him to a runoff. Believe it or not. I fit the district. I am the safe alternative for moderate Republicans to vote for. I even appeal to the millennials because I'm close in age to them. I understand what they're going through. I paid through college. I know what college debt feels like. And I talk to the millennials and they understand. They like that I build guitars. They like that I'm a guy that they can talk to, have a beer with. I am the person, believe it or not. I really am. I don't care what any other person says about another candidate. I'm the only one that is in this to win right now. I'm not getting out of this. This is the future for me. And I am going to fight for this district no matter what. To really make a change, I need to be in Washington. I need you to help me get there. Please, make some calls to people that you think would donate. Send them to my site. Donate. I hate that money is in politics the way it is. It's unbelievable that I have to raise $1 million to make a difference in a community that is begging for it. But that's what it takes. Get me to DC. I promise you, I will address campaign finance reform. We have to. The average person that actually wants to fight for their area will never stand a chance against the people who are well-funded from corporations and lobbyists like Steve Scalise. Don't expect any change in this district if Scalise wins. In fact, it's going to get worse. He's already said that he's David Duke without the baggage. In this era, 2018, don't let the Republicans re-elect a racist, corporate-funded, lobbyist pawn like Steve Scalise. You have to make a sacrifice, and I hate to ask you to do that. I think campaigns should be funded at a state level. Every candidate gets the same amount, period. We wouldn't have to go through this. I wouldn't have to annoy you and bug you and ask you for every single donation. But this is America, and we are deeply entrenched in money. And it has corrupted our campaign system like no other country. I need you to help me make a difference. I need help. That's what I am asking you. But I am sticking to my gut, and I am doing what I think is going to be best to actually get Scalise under 50%. Yes, he won with 77% once, but that's because he was running against a candidate who didn't raise a single dollar for the entire campaign. Don't let that 77 number throw you. The last person to throw a real campaign was 10 years ago. 10 years. And Scalise only won with 63%. Factor in how much the popularity of Trump has tanked. How much this Kavanaugh hearing, this debacle for the Supreme Court, is having an effect on women right now, as it absolutely should. They should be extremely alarmed, fired up, and angry, and I believe they are. We can make this happen. Help me.